Hey, Don Copeland here once again with the Compress IUV 600S compact UV printer. And today we're doing another, I know it's a surprise, we're actually doing something else to help somebody out here at the office. One of our ladies that works here, she actually does a lot of our graphics work. Her son actually has a comic that has characters in it for like things like, you know, anime type of stuff, like for Comic-Con and those type of events. And he goes to these events. And so what we're going to do today is we've taken, this is an acrylic that we actually had one of our local customers here who actually has one of the compress printers, also has a laser. He's cut out of acrylic for us the characters, and we're going to actually do a print for a stand-up on a table, right? And this is actually going to be a 4-layer print that is going to allow us to give us a full representation, both sides of this character. We're going to print the color layer facing. We're going to print a white layer behind it. We're going to print the color layer again, and then the top it so it has a little bit more of a finish like the other side does. We're going to put a clear layer over top of it. So there's a 4-layer print. Going to be printed straight onto the acrylic, and then when we're done, the customer actually took the same piece of acrylic and actually lasered out a base here. As you can see, this is the clear representation. We've already printed on the bed. If you want to roll forward here, we can actually show on the bed. I know we do this a lot, but this is one of our more creative ones because it's not actually a rectangle. But because we had this lasered, and a lot of our customers who buy these machines have laser engravers, right? So they're cutting their own items. If you've got a laser, you've got to have a line. So we actually took the artwork to do the outline of this, imported it, printed it onto the bed so that we knew exactly where to drop our graphic. And as you can see, you can't even really see, there's actually a red line around this piece that's on here of the first character we're going to print on the printer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll hop over here to the software, show you just a little bit about what we did to the different layers that we've got set up, and we're going to go ahead and print these. I think you're going to be amazed how these are going to look. Okay, so here you can see in the RIP software, we've actually brought in both of the graphics. This one you see displaying over here is the one we're getting ready to print. I've brought it in, $5.04 worth of ink. You can see right here. That's for 4 layers of ink. And this beast is almost 2 feet tall. And it pretty much covers most of the bed on the 18 by 24 inch on the 600S. So I've already processed this file, but I wanted to show you what we've created here with our raw data. And it's going to come up, it's going to look a little fuzzy because this is actually what we're going to see. It treats the clear layer that we do as an overcoat. As you'll see, there'll be a little bit of a fuzz, making it a little bit lighter color. But it's going to show us here real quick what we have for different layers. All right, so I have my different layers right here. It's a 4-layer print, as I described. I want to turn off these layers 2 at a time. All right, and that one, okay. All right, so our first layer is going to be this. It's simply the color layer. We're printing face down on the object. Go ahead and, oops, sorry about that. We have the color layer we just showed. Now what we're going to show you is the actual white ink layer. And you'll see this is a white ink layer. We've actually choked this back just a hair so that we don't have any peeking out. All right? And then the next layer is going to be another color layer. So now we're seeing the color both facing front and facing back. And then the last layer, turn that off, show you this last layer here. And it's going to be a lighter gray representation. It's just a little bit lighter version of this. This is actually the clear coat that's going to go over top of the image. So we get a little bit glossier finish on the side that is not showing through the actual acrylic itself. So this is a great tool that comes with the software. It allows you to view, and this is what's called raw data. This is the exact information that's being sent over to the printer. It's very important to do this so that you can check your jobs. I can honestly say that 90% of the time we check this and hardly ever catch any mistakes. The 10% of the time that we forget to check this, we make a mistake. We didn't print something in the right direction, we didn't choose the right mode or whatever. But here you see, we see what's going to happen when we go to print. And it shows you right in here, like I said, the cost of it, shows you the size of the bed what we're printing in. Everything is shown right here on the screen. Name of the file, right here. It's an AI file we're bringing in, so this is a Illustrator file that we brought straight into the RIP, and we're printing it. We'll go ahead and release this, and we're about ready to see some really, really cool printing. All right, there we go. We have it. This is standard acrylic, cut out with a laser cutter, printed 4-pass. We have 4 layers: color layer, white layer, color layer, clear on the back, just to give it a clear finish. Whole thing printed on the Compress IUV 600S. Took about 22, 23 minutes. And we were talking about this one. You really can't Google this stuff, folks. You have no idea what it costs, what you would sell this for. However, using my general rule, I think you got to be billing at least $120 an hour for print time on your machine. We had these cut out of acrylic by a local customer here. So since we don't have a laser, so we paid him what he would charge somebody off the street. It was $45 for each one of these to be cut out. That included the material and the cutting. We had a little over $5 worth of ink. So roughly, we've got about $50 or so into each one of these items. Based on my rules, you're going to charge in the area of $100 to $125 for each one of these. If you turn them around, do 2 an hour on the machine, you're going to be in the area of making $100, $120 an hour with your printer. And that's good money. If you can stay working on it, you don't have to worry about it. It's 4 prints. You put 2 pieces of material down, and you make that kind of money with the machine. Really, really a cool application of it. Great opening up markets for anybody who does any type of trade show type of displays and something they want some dimensionality to it. What we're going to do here is we're going to load up the other one, get it printed. When we come back, we'll have them both standing up so you can take a peek at them, see what they look like. Okay, there we go. We got them both finished. Just wow, these are just amazing. It's acrylic laser cut. And what we've done is we did a print. And I'll show you this one, pulled up here closer for you. Printed first facing down, color layer, white layer, printed the same color layer again, and then we printed color over the back so that you got this, so the back as well. So when you see this print from either side, bada bing, perfect, right? And we said it took us just under an hour to do both of these, let's say, between load time, unload time. Say you use an hour of your machine time today. We had these cut locally by a local customer of ours who actually has a laser engraver. For the material and the cut, he charges $45 a piece for each one of these. I'm sure if you have your own laser cutter and you're sourcing the acrylic yourself directly, you probably get your cost down on that. But suffice to say, about $50 into each one of these. About $5 worth of ink. One of them had $5.25, I think. One of them was like $5.08 worth of ink on it. So roughly $50 worth of material into each one of these, and easily $100, $120 a piece. You might even get more than that for them. It just really depends on how you're going after it. And they could be characters. They could be any type of trade show display or something like that for somebody that wanted something that just popped, right? And it's creative. Just it's not anything to do with UV printers, but just this creative way of making a base out of the same piece of material is perfect. And so it's something you can take apart, easily lay down, and a transit case when you go to take it with you. But here we go. Just another way you can take your UV printer and find ways to make money with it, doing creative things that'll make your customers happy. There's no other way you can really do this. You wouldn't want to try to do, even if you try to do this with clear vinyl and actually apply this to the machine, you would never be able to get these things to go together because you'd be peeling that vinyl on every time you slipped it over top of it as well. So, animated characters for Comic Con type of conventions, printed on acrylic, cut with a laser on the Compress IUV 600S, or we could have done some really big ones on the 1200S, and just another way to make some money with these machines.